everyone, welcome to English with Andrea, and I'm very happy to have you here with me to improve your English, and I know you can do it. You just have to keep practicing and repeat. Okay, 4 times, 5 times, just keep doing it. Anyway, today I want to talk about another very difficult sound for many people is the ED. We use the ED sound for the past tense. Now it seems the most popular word I hear that I hear incorrectly all the time is I'm tired. But that's not correct. I'm tired. So let's get to why it's tired and we don't say tyrant. So the ED is a little bit difficult because there's 3 distinct sounds. There's the id sound, the T sound, and the D sound. Yeah, so you might not have noticed that before, but now start to think when you hear the ED. I talked to him. What sound do we hear? Talked. It's a KT, talked to him. Or I watered the plant. That's a D sound, watered. And then we have needed. Well, that's different. That's the id sound, needed. See the id sound. So let's start with the id sound. So when the verb ends in a D or T sound or the actual letter, that's when we have the id sound. Like I said, need. What sound do we hear at the end? Need. D sound. So then we say needed. How about want? We have a T sound. Wanted. Then we add the id to that word. Yeah, so needed, wanted. So are there any other words we could think of? How about divide? Now remember I said sound or letter. Divide actually ends in an E, but of course the sound is D, divide. So we say divided. See, when it has a D or the T sound or letter at the end, we add id to the end of it. All right? So we understand the id comes with a sound D or T at the end. Now when we get to the next sound, the T sound. That's a little bit difficult for people, but it's a sound used when the verb ends with that sound or letter. So let's talk about the word cook. FYI, I don't really enjoy cooking, but let's say I did. I say, I cooked last night. Cooked. So we have the KT, cooked last night. Now you'll hear some people, for example, from Brazil, they add an E at the end many times, so they might say, I cookie dinner, but I cooked dinner. I cooked dinner. So we hear that T sound. And then how about stopped? I was driving and stopped the car. So we don't say stop it, we say stopped. We hear that PT sound at the end. Stopped the car. So then how about when we say miss? Like I missed you yesterday, where were you? But we hear missed. Has a T sound, not missed, missed. I missed you. And how about push? We pushed the swing, or we pushed the door. That's sht. Yes, lots of different fancy for our tongue, but we're going to learn these different sounds. Just keep trying, keep pushing, and you can do it. So how about laugh? I know I love to laugh. So how about you? Have you laughed lately? Have you laughed? So we have the ft sound. We don't say laughed. We laughed at the comedy show. Yes, we laughed at the comedy show. And then, let's see, how about we watched the children? Or we watched TV. Watched. Not watch it. Watched. Now with the T sound, you'll notice that we do not add an extra syllable. For example, when we say stop, it's still one syllable, stopped. Because if we say stop it, that's stop it, 2 syllables. We don't want to do that. We're not adding any extra syllables. We stopped the car. We laughed at the joke. We missed the bus. We cooked dinner. But all of those, as we can hear, only have this syllable it started with. We're not adding any additional syllables. So put that in there. Squeeze that into your brain. I know it's a lot of information, but you've got this. So then if we look at the other sound, the D sound, that's for all other verbs. So we talked about pushed as a T sound. How about pull? Pull, we pulled. We pushed the door. We pulled the door. Which I know in Brazil is completely opposite. I am so sorry. I know English is very confusing and it's the opposite in Portuguese. But in English, we have pushed and pulled. Okay, so then we have play. How about played? We do not say played. The children played in the park. Played in the park. So then how about enjoyed? She enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying enjoy it. I enjoyed the movie. Can you think of some other words that would end with the D sound? So how about pray? We would say prayed. Prayed. We don't say prayed. I prayed last night. Pray, prayed. How about call? I would say called. Called. So the old sound. Called. We don't say call it. And then how about annoy? When someone is bothering you, maybe you are annoyed. Annoyed. Now think of another word. Maybe we enjoy something. So we enjoyed the show. We enjoyed the show. But we were annoyed by the cell phones in the audience. Well, you know, that happens. So we have played. We have prayed. How about poll? Like we take a poll. So we polled the crowd. Or we polled the audience. So that means we asked them all a question to get an answer from all of them together. All right, so polled, and then called, and annoyed, and then enjoyed. Do we have any other ones we could think of with the D sound at the end? But remember, this also follows the same rule that we do not add an extra syllable, right? So when we say pray, it has one syllable. It stays with one syllable. Prayed. Are there 2 syllables? No. We don't say pray it. We just prayed. Just one syllable. prayed. Prayed would be 2 syllables. That's wrong. Nope, take that out. Okay, so how about call? Called. Still 1 syllable. Annoy. We have 2 syllables, but we don't add any more. Annoyed. Annoyed. Same thing with enjoy. Enjoy. Enjoyed. We don't change the syllable. We do not add any. So please remember that with a D and T sound, we keep the same amount of syllables that we started off with. And then with the id sound, that is when we do add a syllable. We add the id sound. So to go over all of them, id we use when we have a T or D sound at the end, like needed, wanted. And then when we have the T sound, it's pushed. What else do we have? Pushed, left. We have the T sound. Okay, and then with the D sound, we have prayed. We have called, pulled, annoyed, and then enjoyed. And see, we don't change the syllables in those. But thank you very much for listening. I know it's very confusing, but hey, you got the video now, so you can repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, take care everyone. Bye-bye.